What's going on, everyone? Welcome aboard Life Launchpad, your go-to channel for practical advice and guidance to launch your dreams into reality. Today's episode, we are talking about investing. Big scary topic, very talked about. All these wealthy people talking about invest in this, invest in that. You always should be investing. But what is investing? Well, I guess the best way to get with it is starting off with what does investing truly mean? Investing is putting some sort of value and or some stake in something that you believe will either give you returns or bring back value for you. So, I mean, today's video, we're mainly going to be focusing on different types of investments, what you can invest on, what's out there for you to invest in, and well, it's all depends on finding something for you. So, I guess to get right into it, the first thing that comes into everybody's head when you say investing is stocks. Well, what is a stock? Well, stock is part ownership in a company. When you purchase a stock, you realistically own part of a company. Like, I have some, for fair advice, I am not a financial advisor, so none of this is like advice, but I own part of some sort of company, the company that made this table. I have one stock in it. That means I have part ownership in that company. That's basically what's saying what a stock is. And what you bet on when you have a stock is that the company is going to increase in value. That's what you're looking for. Or on the other hand, there's two different stocks. There's value stocks and then there's dividend stocks. Both can go like fluctuate in price, but dividend stocks, they will return you quarterly amount of money depending on what the value of the stock is and what their yield is. Like Coca-Cola, for example, every couple months will give you this share of Coca-Cola right now is right around $61, $62, and I do not remember exactly their yield. What is Coca-Cola's yield for Coca-Cola yield is 2.99%. Every 3 months, 4 months, 3 months, you will earn 2.99% back on your investments into Coca-Cola. So, it works out. It's free money. It comes in. It's great. And then obviously you could put your money into other stocks such as Tesla. I believe Tesla doesn't have a dividend yield, so that's not a stock. To get right into our next thing that you can invest in, we're going to talk about ETFs. ETFs are investment funds that are just traded on stock exchanges. There's different ETFs. I know there's the dividends. There's a dividend ETF that I've done research on. It's just like a collection of different. It's a company that analyzes different dividend stocks, and then it just fluctuates depending on those stocks, and then you can still receive dividend yield on those as well. That's more of it's a safer approach. There's when you come into investing, it's all about your risk management. Do you want to have a high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward, and just slow and steady? It all depends on what you're looking for. So that's what you got to figure out. You got to figure out what you're comfortable with. But yeah, ETFs are bigger, safer investments. There's usually just a group of a bunch of stocks put together so that you can get it doesn't, if one fails, it doesn't fluctuate as much. Obviously it changes, but the point is so that you can have your risk reduced. The next thing that we're going to talk about is bonds. Bonds are fixed income securities that are issued by the government. When you buy a bond from the government, you are giving them money and they're promising you a certain amount of money return after a certain period. I believe there's 5, 10, 15, 30-year bonds. It's a way for the government to get money, and then they pay you back in the future for giving you the money back then. So that's typically considered a safer investment as well. That's something you could look into. The next thing, more complex idea, is real estate. Real estate is a very interesting topic. Everybody thinks that you have to have this certain high income, a lot of money, which is true. You need more money to invest in real estate compared to stocks. Stocks you can get for as low as a couple cents all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars, like Berkshire Hathaway. I don't remember. Too expensive for me. But real estate, you have to have down payments, you have to pay loans, mortgages, and stuff like that. So yes, it is more of expensive investment, but there are upsides and downsides to it. Upsides being you can rent it out, it can become a passive income stream. That's a great investment. Obviously, one of the things you want to focus on is passive income, money that just flows in without you having to put much or like any effort into dividend stocks, real estate, rentals. Obviously, you have to put some work into it, but a lot of it comes in by itself. But the same thing with real estate. Real estate market has shown steady growth. It's always been growing. Housing prices, you've probably heard about it, are through the roof and not stopping. The next thing I want to talk about are commodities. Commodities include stuff like gold, silver, oil, and I don't know, natural gas, other stuff that you like is limited and prices fluctuate. So you can, I know a lot of people say invest in gold because you can actually have gold and there's a certain amount of gold in the world. That's not what that's what people say, but that is like true, and take that at your own discretion and do what you think. But like gold has been a steady investment because there's never going to be more supply of gold. Like once you mine all the gold, that's all the gold that there is, compared to as money, you could keep printing money. Next one that I want to talk about are cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, obviously in the last 10 years, if you have been anywhere on the internet, you know about some sort of cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is just a decentralized, at least Bitcoin and others are decentralized ways to hold money. Obviously, listing some off, there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Polygon. Then you could get into the meme coins. You got Dogecoin, you got Shiba, and then there's Pepe coin that I recently saw. But it's just this currency online. It's like investing in stocks. But the thing with Bitcoin is that after you mine all the Bitcoin, there is no more Bitcoin, so it upholds its value itself. And there's a lot more that you can do with it. It's more deregularized. It's more free. A lot of people use it to, not get tracked. But that's what that is for. And I mean, it's definitely something that is very hot topic in the world right now. Do your own research into it. I personally strongly believe in cryptocurrencies as the situation the world is in now. It's something that I see being a mediator, a good price. That's just what I say. And then the final thing that I want to talk about are specialty items. This can include anything. I'll show you one of my things that I personally, as somebody who is a big sneakerhead, you can invest in different items, collectible items. I invest in sneakers. Sneakers are one thing I invest in. Obviously, it's a more of a targeted market. You have to do your research and understand. But other things that you can include in this is watches. Watches are a crazy investment. Rolex, you see Rolex prices going through the roof, hitting hundreds of thousands, millions. Cars, collectible cars, old Ferraris, new Ferraris. Like cars are always going to be a big thing. Cars, watches, shoes, coins, collectible coins, cards, Pokemon cards. I mean, wherever there is a certain niche, there are going to be people that are looking to buy it for a higher price. Signed cards, signed shoes, different collectibles. There's people that collect anything. There's stuffed animals. Like if there's demand for it, you can invest in it, and that's truly pretty one of the biggest pieces of investing. If there's demand for it, then it's something you can invest in. And that's really what I want you to take away from this video, because you can invest in, what's a crazy thing you can invest in? I mean, antique painting, paintings, it's not that crazy, but paintings go for a lot of money. You can buy a painting that's I'm not pointing at a painting, I'm pointing a poster of the world in my room, but you can buy a painting for a certain amount of money, and if it's well desired or high in value, you can hold on to it. Longer you hold on to it, more people want it. It goes up in value. One thing that refers to me, at least relates to me, is investing in CSGO skins. I mean, this also relates to NFTs. NFTs was a big thing for 2021, 2022. People didn't understand what it was, but it's once you have it, there's only a certain limit of them that exist, which creates a value the longer you hold. As long as people are still interested in it, the value will withhold, and then you can keep holding on to it, investing, buying more. And that's really the basis of investing. If I want you to leave this with video with one note, is that you can invest in almost anything as long as there's demand for it. And that's all you have to realize. I mean, if there's demand in something and you see value and it's like something that can be worth, obviously you can't invest in like a regular pencil. Like anybody can go to Walmart or any store and buy this pencil. But if you have some sort of fancy pen, I mean, there's probably pen collectors. I know there's mug collectors. You can invest in stuff. And I mean, that's all I've got for you today. And then I hope that you found today's episode of Life Launchpad useful, informative. If you want to keep learning and check out another one of our videos that is linked at the end of this in the description channel, always remember the power to transform your life is within you. Keep learning, keep growing, and launching toward the extraordinary life you deserve. Peace.